Hello, my name is Judy Fields, and this is my digital portfolio. So before I start, I just wanted to give you a little background. I was a little intimidated by of just about everything in this class when I read the syllabus. And in spite of being a lot of unfamiliar hard work, this has actually ended up being, I think, my favorite class so far. I've learned so much. So let me take you on a tour of what proved to be my very first challenge, which was the binder itself. So when they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, it was never as true as when some digital binders were shared with the class. Seeing the binders and being given some recommended sites to build it absolutely saved me. It was a way of seeing what I couldn't envision. So let me take you on a tour. The first thing you see in my digital portfolio is the table of contents. I set this all up before I started, so all my tabs were ready to go. We have been given which topics we will be covering and what tabs we needed. So once I got that done, I felt a little more confident about what I was doing. And then came week 1. This was easily my least favorite week. I didn't feel connected to any of the assignments and was convinced I wasn't going to be able to do everything that was required of me. Looking back now, it has given me a little perspective into how students must feel when something's a little overwhelming. So I'm kind of taking that as a bit of a teachable moment for myself. Writing comes easy for me, so the mission statement was very within my comfort zone, but the word cloud was not. Although I got the job done, it was not my best work, and if I were doing it again today, I know I would tackle it with more confidence and create a better product. I just assumed I would be bad at it, so I kind of accepted the version I got as good enough, but again, maybe another teachable moment. Maybe that's how students react as well. Comparing the standards, however, the technology standards infographic was by far the hardest assignment I tackled in this class. I live in California, where they tend to make everything a little bit more difficult than other states, it seems like. And even decoding standards and putting them in simple terms was very difficult. The wording and trying to compare and contrast them with other standards took a very long time. And if I'm being honest, the standards are probably my least favorite part of my job as a teacher. So I found this first week very difficult and kind of set me up to be a little concerned about the rest of the class. So then I came to week 2, and the project was intimidating once again, but I took a tutorial and did a little research and figured out how to make a Powtoon video. And much to my surprise, I was enjoying it. I approached the tutorials with kind of an attitude of, I'm going to hate this, but I soon became immersed in it. And I just loved the creativity. And it also gave my confidence a little boost that I maybe could tackle some of this technology. So it was actually a very good week for me as far as my digital portfolio. Week 3 should have been very easy for me because I do a lot of Google Slides at my job, and the slide presentation itself was easy, but I found the content to be overwhelming. There was so much to sort through and figure out how to present it. So ultimately, I broke everything down by category and then listed all 4 scenarios under each topic. So for example, under facilitating group activities, I had one for one computer classrooms, one for multi-computer classrooms, one for using handheld devices, and one for using just about every other device. And that's how I broke it down to make sense for me for week 3. Week 4. This was a really great assignment. I learned so much about this. My choice was to advocate for virtual reality. And I found the topic fascinating, and the possibilities were mind-blowing, for lack of a better term. I found myself getting passionate about it because I feel that we are failing a lot of our students, and they've changed faster than the schools and educators have, and now the funding, training, and learning needs to catch up and be implemented. It was especially interesting to find that research showed there was very little downside to virtual reality other than it might impede some social interaction with peers and teachers. But I feel that that can be accommodated in other areas. The advantages, such as dissecting frogs and visiting, if you will, planets, is almost incomprehensible to have that real sense of being there and doing something. I definitely became passionate about this becoming part of our schools. Week 5 is the class where I probably learned the most. The research that I did on the digital divide showed me that 25% of our students in the US are still unable to access high speed internet, and they don't have the tools that they need to become 21st century learners. It was staggering. I've had students in my class over the years who've been homeless or economically disadvantaged, and this class really opened up my heart to them. This digital divide is eye-opening, and it's going to stay with me for a while. It's something that we definitely need to be focusing on in education. Finally, to week 6. So back to the Powtoon. I chose to do another Powtoon video, and I got better and more creative on this one just from doing one more. I love the assignment caused me to have to review so much of what we've learned about integrating technology in our schools. And I'll show you just a brief overview of what I did. Just give me a minute to show you a couple seconds here. So that was just a snippet of my Powtoon, and it was a really fun activity for me and something I'm going to try to incorporate into my classroom. I hope you've enjoyed my tour. I wish that I could have shown you more of the work that I did, but because of the way I saved it, it opens up in another document. So I would definitely do that differently later if I did another one as well. I would put things in Google Docs versus Word Docs because they can be pulled up for anybody to see and share. So this class has been challenging, but I've certainly gotten up the confidence to introduce some new technology in my own classroom, and it's been a great